Greetings po sir. So, Micaela Cosino po. Ako po yung magda-demonstrate ng Smart City Emergency Response Management System or SCRIPS. So, bali dito po sa main class, meron po kaming dalawang method na ginawa. Main dummy data and yung empty dummy data. Yung main dummy data is kung saan yung user input or if initial natin na melo-driven to, yung user input is tama. Then, ipapakita nito kung ano ba yung output na lalabas kapag yung user input or lahat ng user input is tama. Then, yung empty dummy data naman is wala kaming inad na kahit ano, bale, kinukol lang namin sila to display. So, ang mangyayari, ano ba yung output na lalabas or warning na lalabas kapag yung system yung empty and pinapakita rin na even though yung system is empty, is nag-work pa rin siya. So, dito na sa main dummy data, mamaya, maglalagay tayo ng different input para makita ano ba yung difference kapag ibang input yung nilagay ng user. So, first, ipapakita mo na yung itong main dummy data. Ano ba yung output na lalabas sa system? So, first, mag-initialize ng city network. Yung city network, so mag-initialize ng city network, ayun nga, lalabas yung city network map. Itong city network map is naka-base lang sa location and routes created by the user. Location, then routes created is ano ba yung dalawang location na merong specific distance. Kung makikita mo yan, itong central HQ to uptown. Central HQ to uptown is merong 4 kilometer na distance. Then, Central HQ to downtown, merong 5 kilometer na distance and ganun din sa ibang lugar may different distance and location. Then, itong responder list is user input din. Then, meron silang specific ID and specific lugar kung saan nag-i-stay yung isang responder. Then, yung agency level, or I mean, yung emergency request received is kada input ng user, maglalagay siya ng agency level. Kung sino yung agency level na pinakamataas, yun yung unang priority. So, bale, 10 yung highest and yung lowest is 1. So, ayan. Di ba dito ang first is yung fire at industrial zone, agency level 10. So, since yun yung priority, yun yung unang pinrocess. I-display dito kung ano ba yung priority na emergency na kailangan respondahan. Then, dito ipapakita yung different responder list. Then, kilometer kung gaano kalayo yung responder list. Then, kung saan sila. Since ang emergency is fire at industrial zone, then, isa lang naman yung fire truck. Then, yung fire truck na yun yung pinakamalapit, which is 9 kilometer. Siya yung pinaka-nearest na mag-display dito. Then, hahanapin ng system yung shortest path. Downtown to Riverside to Industrial Zone. So, yun nga, 9 kilometer. So, tapos ipapakita yung dispatching responder visualization. Papakita dito, downtown, nag-start. Since yung fire truck is nasa downtown siya, papunta siya ng industrial zone. So, yung downtown nag-start siya, yung fire truck start siya sa downtown. Then, yung visualization papakita na kung ilang kilometer ba yung distance niya from downtown to Riverside to from downtown to Riverside, from Riverside to industrial zone. So, ito, downtown to Riverside 6 kilometer. Riverside to industrial zone, which is yung industrial zone location ng incident. Merong 2 kilometers. So, pag pinag-add mo yun, 9 kilometer yung total distance. So, tama yung nilabas. Tama yung dito. Tama yung distance output or kilometer na distance ng fire truck and ng incident. Location ng fire truck and location ng incident. So, ito for emergency request, agency level 8. Since 8 yun yung pinaka next na crisis na dapat respondahan. So, road accident at Riverside. Even though yung police unit is 10 kilometer, ambulance yung magre-respond, which is nasa Central HQ. Ambulance yung magre-respond since road accident yung nangyari. So, 11 kilometer, nearest ambulance, further spot, hanapin shortest spot, total distance, then visualization, ganun din katulad sa processing ng unang emergency. So, if mapapansin, different kilometer yung lumalabas kada different accident since magkakaiba rin naman kasi sila ng lugar. Then, dito, which is yung last emergency priority or yung last input na merong level 6. Since yung nangyaring theft is nasa uptown, tapos yung police unit is nasa uptown din naman yung lugar. So, 0 kilometer. Ang lalabas is yung pinaka-nearest yung police unit, then hindi na kailangan ng travel. So, yung incident is na-resolve na immediately. So, bakit 0 kilometer? Kasi yung theft report is nasa uptown and yung police unit is nasa uptown din. So, wala lang travel din wala ng visualization na kailangan ipakita. So, since wala ng another emergency request na kailangan i-priority, maglalabas na ng ganito, confirming na lahat is na-process na. Then, mapapakita rin kung nasa na ulit yung mga responder list after na operation. Then, after nun, mapaprocess na ng summary activities report. Then, nag-add din kami ng mapaprocess na ng summary and activities report. So, itong system summary report, ipapakita yung total emergencies resolved pending, average response distance, total responder active, and yung system efficiency. Since yung total emergency is 3, then na-resolve is 3, ito yung average response distance nila, then total response active 3 yan. And since na-resolve lahat, system efficiency is excellent. Then itong activities report is ipapakita yung type ng incident, then yung location ng incident, parang lang summary, then urgency level, responder, nakapag-assign ba, then distance, yung distance ng responder and yung incident, location ng responder yung incident, and yung status if na-resolve. So, ayan yung pinaka-output ng system kapag lahat ng input ng user is correct, if i-assume natin na may nag-given to. So, next, recall naman natin yung anti-tama data. Then run. As you can see, yun, walang map na display or walang kahit anong visualization display. Mga warning lang na napakita na walang kahit anong in-input si user. Meaning, nag-work yung system even ito empty siya. So, ito walang map kasi wala siyang pagbabasehan na location and routes na may kilometer. Responder list, walang emergency, walang responder kasi nga wala namang input sa user. So, next, balik tayo sa yung damage data. Then, maglagay ng ibang input. Yung damage data. Dito tayo sa insert emergency. So, sa insert emergency, since at that time, try natin itong gawin 2, tapos ito, right? Imagine na to, na different. Mas, ayun lang. Balik muna natin. Balik muna natin sa original computer. Makita natin yung difference. Yan, yung original value 10.68, 10.86. So, pagbilang natin. Pagbilang natin is original value. What is original value pag nira natin? Diba merong yung farm, merong agency level natin. Yung accident at riverside, merong agency level na 8. Then yung theft report is merong agency level na 6. So, pag pinago natin yan, ito, na let's say, agency level na road accident is 6. Itong fire is 2. Then, itong theft report is say 9. Ang mangyayari, since yung theft report, yung may malaking urgency level, yun yung unang ipa-priority ng system. Makikita mo dito. Di ba kanina, yung una is yung fire, second yung road accident. Na second ko pa niya road accident. Pero, yun nga, makapakita mo na, nag-iba yung level sa unang road accident na second pa. Malaki siya first. Ay, hindi. Last. Hindi. Diba nalipat nasa priority kasi siya yung may pinakamataas na urgency level. Then, try naman natin next na original po yung try naman natin baguhin yung location ng accident. Ay, yung location ng responders. Let's say, itong fire truck is galing ng wait. Ito ka natin yung original. So, ito papakita natin yung distance. Urgency level 10, first priority. Ito yung distance niya, 9 kilometers. Since yung fire truck is nasa downtown, then yung location ng incident is nasa industrial zone. So, kanyari, for example, babaguhin natin yung value or yung lugar ng responder. Let's say, nasa ano siya, uptown din katabat ng sa Since yung fire truck is nasa uptown na, tapos, yung incident is nasa industrial zone, nagbago yung yung kilometer ng distance since yun yung pinakamalapit na route. Yan. Then, try naman natin dito sa lugar ng ambulance. Try natin bakunin sa Riverside. Nag-zero siya since nagbago natin yung location ng ambulance sa Riverside. Tapos, yung road accident is sa Riverside side. Nasa Riverside din. So, no travel required. Then, incident na resolve immediately. So, try natin baguhin yung sa may police unit. Gawin natin siya ng town. Diba ang original dito para sa responder ng theft report is 0 kilometers since nasa uptown yung incident, nasa uptown yung police. Nabago natin yung lugar ng police. magkakaroon na siya ngayon ng visualization from downtown to uptown, which is merong 10 kilometer na distance. Then, ito, pakita natin yung resolve. Kapag, since hindi siya totally mino-given, let's say, itong ginawa natin force, yung blending is magbabago. Yan. Then, yung distance mo, wala since walang na-resolve. Then, walang total active responder. Ibig sabihin, walang nag-respond sa kahit anong incident. Tapos, system efficiency is needs improvement. Kasi, walang na-resolve na kahit anong emergencies. So, bali, ito po. So, that's all for demonstration po ng system.
Greetings everyone. I'm Abraham Christopher and with Bali. I-explain ko saglit yung sa main. Bali, proceed na agad tayo dun sa initialization, which are yung emergency, PST, emergency, kung saan ini-store yung emergencies using binary search tree. Tapos sa city graph, ini-store yung locations, saka routes. Sa map responders naman, uh, nilalagay dito yung available na responders, tsaka yung positions nila. Tapos sa summary report, yung statistics nung, kunwari, total emergencies, total distances traveled, mga ganun. Tapos yung resolved cases. Tapos, dito naman sa city graph, yung building ng city network, bali, each, nung, bali nagko-connect ng two locations na may distance, ganun. Tapos, it creates a small city map. Then, yung sa adding naman ng responders, the responders are placed at different city locations. Tapos, they are marked as available or true, ganun. Then, next yung sa emergency into the, binary search tree. Each emergency may incident type, may location, may priority. Tapos, inserted sila dun sa emergency BST. So, yung highest priority ay, nare-retrieve agad. Tapos, ayun, sila, displayed sila using, emergency display, emergency. Then, next naman, yung sa processing ng emergencies. Bali, yung loop na to, nag-run yan until yung emergencies ay resolved na. Then, ayun, kinakalculate nung code yung shortest route from responder to the emergency. Tapos, yung sa summary report naman, parang nag-update yan. Kapag kunwari, um, yung number ng emergencies, i-update niya doon. Kunwari, may nadagdag. Tapos sa final output, pinapakita doon yung final responder locations, summary ng operations, activity report ng emergencies. Tapos yung yung sa dummy data, ayan, gumagamit yun. Ginagamit yan for para i-test yung program. Para meron na agad data na nakalagay dito. Kunwari yung ito yung lugar, tapos yung numbers ng distance, ganun. Tapos useful yung paggamit ng dummy data for testing ng system. Lalo na kung wala pa namang inputs, ganun. Para matest agad yung mismong program. Tapos, in summary lang, yung program is, nagbibuild ng city map using graph, nag-store ng responders using map, nagsisave ng emergency sa binary search tree by priority. Tapos, pinaprocess niya yung highest priority emergency. Yun yung nauna. Tapos, dinidispatch niya yung best responder. Tapos, itatrack niya yung report, tsaka yung output or yung results nung, kunwari, ito na yung current emergencies, ganun.
Greetings everyone. So in this video, I will explain our four main classes used in the emergency response system. So we have node, emergency nodes, map node, and graph nodes. I will also walk you through important parts of the code. So first is node class. So first, yung node class, ito yung ginagamit natin para sa binary tree structure. So you can see in the code, Eto, yan. Dito naka-store yung dalawang possible data. So una yung, emergency nodes. So meron, ah, emergency nodes para dun yan sa emergency incidents. Then yung graph node para sa, graph or routes. So meron din itong left and right. So ito yun, left and right pointers para ma-form yung tree. So the constructor initializes the emergency data and set left and right node. So ito. Ayan. So in short, ang node ang container natin that holds either an incident or root and connects to other nodes in the tree. So next is emergency nodes. Emergency nodes. Yeah, emergency nodes. Dito nagre-represent ang bawat emergency case. For example, so yan. Ito. Yan. Ito yung basic details about an incident. So, meron din tayo extra field for the resolve. So, ito yun. Yan. So, ang construction set the details. So, this class allows us to track. So, ano yung nangyari, saan nangyayari, gaano ka-urgent, sino ang responder, and kailan ito na-resolve. So, very important ito for managing incident records. So, yun yung emergency node. So, next naman is a map node. So, dito, node. For the responders, meron tayong map node. So, which hold the information of ambulances, fire trucks, or police units. So, look at this part. Ito. Yan. Ito yung gumagawa ng automatic unique IDs like AMB 101, FTR 101, POL 101. So, ito yun. Ayan. So, inside the constructor, ito. Yan. So, naka-base yung ID sa responder types. So, meron ding map node trucks. So, sabi. So, alam natin kung saan yung unit at kung available ba siya. So, this is essential for dispatching responder during emergencies. So, yun yung map node. So, next naman is yung graph node. So, yung last is graph node. So, ito, graph node. So, it is used to build the route connection between locations. So, ibig sabihin, so meron tayong destination, distance kilometer, then next. So, yung destination, dun yung para saan pupunta, then yung distance kilometer, yun yung gaano kalayo. Then yung next, yung susunod na node sa linked list. So, this class allows us to connect locations like A to B and B to C. So, with distances between them. So, this helps compute the shortest route for reachable responders. So, in summary, these four classes work together to create a functional emergency management system. So, emergency node for store details of each incident, for map node, store responders and their availability, and graph node store routes and distances. Then, for node, combines everything into an organized tree structures. With this setup, our program can store emergencies, check responders, availability, and compute routes effectively. So that's all.
Mga greetings po, ako po si Jerome Ivan Beato. And i-explain ko po ngayon yung emergency BSD kung paano siya gumagana at para saan yung bawat part ng code. Yung naka-assign po sa akin is yung emergency BSD. Public class emergency BSD. Gumagawa tayo ng class na hawak ng binary search tree para sa emergencies. Tapos, sunod naman is yung mga private fields. Private node root, private static indexing counter equals 1, private node process root equals 1. Ito naman is yung root, yung pinakaugat ng BSD. Indexing counter is pang numbering sa printing. Tapos, yung process root is pang separate. Sineseparate niya yung BSD para sa mga na-process na emergencies. Sunod is yung constructor. Public emergency BSD. Root equals null. Sa umpisa, wala pang laman ang BSD. Sunod yung public node get root. Return root. Pampakuha ng current root. So next is public boolean insert emergency. String incident type, string location, intergency level, graph, city graph. Dito naman is ginagamit pag nag-a-add ng new emergency report. If city graph that get location that find by source location equals null, dito naman is chinecheck muna kung valid yung location. And if valid, i-print niya to and return false. Next naman is emergency nodes, emergency equals new emergency nodes, incident type, location, urgency level, and gumagawa ng object na naglalaman ng incident, location, at urgency. Root equals insert rec root emergency. Dito naman is tinatawag yung recursive insert function. Next is private node insert rec. Node root, emergency nodes, emergency. Ito naman, automatic na ina-arrange ang emergency based on urgency level. And if emergency at get urgency level is less than sa root that get emergency data that get urgency level, if dito naman is kung mas mababa yung urgency, mapupunta siya sa left. And dito naman sa else is sa right naman kapag equal or mas mataas. Next is public void display emergency. Nagpiprint ng emergency list in descending priority. Next is if root equals null, dito, kapag wala pang emergency, ipiprint niya yung there is no emergency reported yet. Next is in order display rect root, recursive print. Sunod is private void in order display rect node root. Dito naman is nagka-traverse right, current, and left. Para highest urgency muna. What? Tapos ipiprint dito yung index counter. Index at tapos yung urgency level. Remove function. Public void remove. Emergency nodes, remove emergency. Dito naman is tinatanggal ang specific emergency sa BST. And yung root, if equals sa null, return null. Kung walang laman, return agad. Next, hanapin yung node based sa urgency level. Then, sunod naman is, kapag nakita, walang anak, equals is madi-delete. And kapag mayroong isang anak, is ma-replace. And pag dalawa yung anak, kunin yung presiditor, rightmost of left sub-tree. And next naman dito is yung public emergency nodes. PUB highest priority. Dito naman is kukuhanin ang pinakamataas na urgency, yung pinaka-kanan ng tree. Next is while current at get right is not equals to null, lakad hanggang dulo ng right side. Sunod is processed root equals insert rec processed root highest. Dito naman is yung natapos si process, lilipat sa processed BST. So that is yung public emergency node. Find highest priority. Dito naman is proper function na tumatawag ng PUB highest priority. Sineset yung emergency sa result and piniprint yung info. Tapos sunod is yung public void active report. Dito naman is naglalabas ng full activity report ng pending emergency and result emergencies. Tapos private void print in order descending. Dito naman is parehong traversal, right, current, left, and gumagawa ng table row for each emergency. So, public void. And next is yung public boolean is empty. Dito naman is sine-check kung empty yung yung PST. And dito sa public void print is piniprint yung string word. And public void print line, ganun din, pero naka-next line. Yun lang.
Greetings po, I'm Pauline Balayan and I will be presenting the map class of our project. First po is yung pag-declare natin ng class. Ito yung blueprint ng map object na mag-hold ng mga responders. And yung encapsulated na fields, yung private map node map and yung private in capacity. Dito po sa private map node na map, dito nakastore lahat ng responders sa form ng array of map nodes. And tong in capacity, para yung maximum size ng array, kung ilang responders lang yung kaya niyang i-hold. And sa size, ito naman yung current count ng responders na naka-register. And itong mga constructor, public map, int initialize size. Kapag gumawa tayo ng bagong map object, kailangan natin magbigay ng initial size. And ito yung And ise-set niyo yung capacity. Gagawin niyo muna 0 yung size at mag-allocate ng array na may gano'ng capacity. Method. Ito namang put method. Ito yung function para mag-add ng responders. Tapos meron tayong if condition. If yung city-graph.get locations that find by source location is equal to null, chine-check muna kung valid yung location sa city graph. Kung wala, hindi siya mag-a-add. Next is yung for loop. True existing responders. Kung may kaparehang type at location, i-update lang yung availability. And if condition ulit, if yung size is greater than or equal capacity, magre-resize yung map. And kapag puno na, tatawagin yung resize map para palakihin yung array. So, mag-i-increment yung map size, new map node. Finally, mag-add ng bagong responder at i-increment yung size. Next method is yung resize map. Ito yung function na nagdo-double ng capacity. And int new capacity, kinukuha dito yung bagong capacity, ito times 2. Gumagawa ng bagong array, kinokopya lahat ng existing responders, tapos nire-replace yung luma. Then mag-a-update yung capacity. Next method. Next method is yung find. Next method is yung find nearest responder. Ito yung pinaka-important na function kasi dito hinahanap niyo yung pinakamalapit na available responder depende sa emergency type. Tapos itong map node nearest is equal to null. Nag-i-initialize dito ng nearest responder at minimum distance. Tapos yung loop through lahat ng responders. Kung hindi available, i-skip nyo yun. Tapos i-check kung match yung emergency type sa responder type. Tapos, next naman is itong display responders na method. Nagpiprint ng list ng responder bago yung operation. Kung walang laman, sabihin na walang responders. Otherwise, loop through lahat at ipapakita yung kung ano yung available or unavailable type na ID or location. Ito. Next method is yung display responders after operation. Similar din siya sa display responders pero after dispatch na. Pinapakita ko sino yung na-send out at saan sila na-assign. Next is yung get count method. Lastly, yung get count methods. Simple lang, binabalik yung bilang ng responders sa map. Tapos yung get responder method, binabalik yung specific responder by index. Kung valid yung index. Kung invalid naman, null yung ibabalik. So, in summary, line by line, makikita natin na yung map class, nag-manage siya ng responders, nag-add at nagre-resize, and naghahanap ng nearest responder, tapos nag-display ng reports. Dahil dito, nagiging efficient yung emergency response system ng project.
Hello, I'm assigned to graph, which is nagre-represent ito ng city network, and then may properties siyang tatlo, which is yung INF or unreachable paths, and then total distance for storing the total distance, and then linked list locations for storing the all city locations. And then we created the two getter methods for this class which is yung get locations and then get INF. And then first method dito is yung add route para mag-create ng bidirectional or yung two-way na directions. And then dito sa check na to is i-check natin if first is yung location and then yung destination. I-check muna natin if nag-exist. If hindi nag-exist is mag-add tayo ng location routes and then object, and then mag-add tayo ng new location and then yung destination sa list. After nun is distance location, add route, location distance, and then add reverse route from destination to source tayo. Then sa next naman method is display location, which is i-display natin yung mga existing locations sa city. And then first is i-set muna natin yung skirms location sa head para sa loop mamaya. And then dito is i-check muna natin yung list if empty siya. Kapag empty man is mag-exit tayo sa method na to. And then kapag hindi naman is tutuloy tayo sa loop, and then i-loop natin yung locations. And then sa display routes naman is i-display natin yung routes sa city. Then start from head tayo, and then i-check muna natin if may nag-exist na locations. If wala, itutuloy natin dun sa loop, which is yung una is kukunin natin yung location routes, yung current location routes, and then yung graph array i-convert natin into array. And then yung get routes queue i-convert natin sa array. And then yung string location route get source location, yung pagkuha ng location name, source location name. And then sa pag-loop dito is yung neighbors, and then i-print natin yung route once. And then dito naman sa susunod na method, which is yung get shortest path, yung pag-compute ng shortest path. First is gagawin natin yung kukunin muna natin yung number of location, and then if yung path nodes is equals to 0 is mag-exit tayo dito sa method na to, and then magre-return ng string empty array. And then dito sa array na distance, previous, visited, location array. Yung location array is pag store ng location name, visited is pang checker, and then yung previous for previous node array, and then distance array yung distance. And then sa loop na to is pag initialize ng arrays, then yung dito is pagkuha ng location at index, and then kapag wala naman is empty na yung location is mag-exit tayo ng method. Then dito sa kapag meron naman is mag-initialize tayo ng location name, set ng distance sa as INF, and then -1 sa previous index. And then dito naman is initialize natin ng -1. Kapag naman nag-1 kasi is mag-return tayo or mag-exit tayo sa method, which means wala tayong nahanap na index for start and then end. Dito is pag hanap ng indices ng start and end. Then sa distance start index, distance to start is initialize natin sa 0. And then sa loop na to is kapag naman yung i-set natin yung minimum distance sa as unreachable, and then yung current index is -1. Then sa loop na to is hinahanap natin yung closest unvisited na location pa. And then after ng loop na to is if yung current index is hindi pa napalitan as inner index is magbe-break itong loop na to. And then which means walang ng reachable nodes. And then visited current index equals true, mark as visited na siya. And then sa next naman is yung pag-get ng current location. If null naman yung lumabas is mag-skip ng loop, and then dito naman is grab neighbors, yung pagkuha ng neighbors, and then lulup natin yung neighbors. And then yung placeholder ng neighbor, which is yung -1. Then dito sa loop is hanapin natin yung neighbor index. Kapag nahanap naman is magbe-break na yung loop. And then dito naman is once na wala tayong hindi siya -1, papasok tayo sa loop, and then yung i-calculate muna natin yung get distance, or kukunin natin yung kilometer, get distance kilometer. And then if shorter yung new distance sa distance neighbor index is i-update natin yung distance at yung previous. Then if unreachable naman yung distance is mag-exit tayo sa method na to. And then sa path length naman is equals to 0. Then naglulup tayo para mag-count ang nodes, and then dito naman is pag-store ng path. Dito sa bagong array is mag-store tayo ng path, and then mag-start tayo from end para mag-reconstruct ng path. Then after ng loop is mag-return tayo ng value ng path na. Then for get in distance method, kailangan natin ng string start and then end. And then mag-return tayo ng int and then sa if sa yung location naman yung start and end is mag-exit tayo sa method na to. And then sa shortest path naman is kapag 0 yung size nito is magre-return din tayo, which means no path. And then dito naman sa total distance, kukunin natin yung sum, kaya naka-initialize siya sa 0. And then sa loop na to is per distance is kukunin natin yung total distance nito, and magto-total siya or magsasum. Then yung after ng loop is makukuha na yung total distance, and then i-return. And then dito sa method na print shortest path is para makuha para ma-print yung shortest path. Then sa loop na to is yung path, and then yung next path. Then sa dispatch emergency naman is yung kailangan nun is map responders, emergency nodes emergency, string emergency type, string emergency location. And then magre-return siya ng int value. And then first is check muna natin yung emergency location na user input if nag-exist dun sa city na yun. If not is mag-exit tayo sa method na to. And then sa nearest or map node nearest is isa-set muna natin as null or wala, since wala pa tayo na-store na nearest responder or na-check. Then minimum distance, initialize natin minimum distance as INF. And then ilulup natin yung all responder, and then kukunin natin yung at index. Then if hindi available yung responder is mag-skip agad tayo ng loop, and then kukunin natin yung distance ng responder location and then yung emergency location. And then check natin yung if hindi naman nag-exist yung path is mag-skip ulit tayo ng loop. And then once na nalampasan natin yung dalawang ito is i-print natin yung responder info and its distance. And then yung sa boolean can respond naman, tas yung matches emergency is i-discuss natin mamaya. Then para pag-check if yung responder is kayang i-handle yung emergency na yun. If closer yung responder and then kaya niya i-handle yung emergency na yun is i-update niya yung distance, and then yung nearest or new responder. Then, if walang responder na nahanap, mag-return tayo or mag-exit sa method na to. And then, kapag meron naman is, mag-print tayo ng responder info. And then, dito naman is, kakalculate muna natin yung total travel distance ng responder simula sa location niya hanggang dun sa location. If yung total distance nun is 0, which means wala siyang, hindi na siya kailangan mag-travel pa. And then, after ng yan is, yung emergency details i-send natin with responder info. And then i-print natin yung shortest path and then yung visualize na dispatch. Then return natin yung total distance after that. Then ginamit nga kanina yung matches emergency, and then mag-return tayo ng boolean value, and then kailangan natin ng emergency type and then responder, which is yung strings. And then yung sa switch cases, check muna natin yung emergency type. If yung emergency type is fire, kailangan natin yung responder type is equal sa fire truck para sa fire lang, and then yung road accident is for ambulance, and then yung theft or crimes for police unit. And dito naman sa visualize dispatch is kailangan natin ng start and then ng incident location. If yung sa una is kukunin muna natin yung shortest path by using the get shortest path method na in-explain nga kanina. And then if yung path is or yung size ng path is 0, mag-exit tayo sa method na to, and then mag-prompt ng error message. And then sa loop na to is each segment is mag-loop tayo, and then para makuha yung distance din, and then yung mag-print tayo ng vertical line, and then yung distance, and then vertical line ulit, and then yung next location. Then sa display map graph naman is kukunin natin yung locations lahat, and then if greater than 5 or lower than 5 is mag-return or mag-exit tayo sa method na to. And then sa int location size, kukunin muna natin yung total number of locations, since di naman na siya lalagpas ng 6 or bababa ng 5 since may checker na tayo dito. Then sa array na to is mag-store ng location objects, and then dito sa line na to is mag-start tayo from head, and then itong count is for counter, and then while maglulup tayo dito para mag-store ng location. Then dito naman is panibagong array para sa map visualization, and then dito sa loop na to is for copying the locations or existing locations. And then dito sa graph node na object na array is for first routes and then second routes. And then dito naman is maglulup tayo ng true locations, and then dito sa una is first route, and then dito sa pangalawa is for second route. And then dito sa para makuha yung distance is for visualization is kailangan natin yung get distance na method para for top, then top first route, and then top second na route, and then yung both first route and then second route like this. And then sa print sys out na you're using the ASCII map of city network. And then that's all for class.
I'm here to explain the location routes component from our Smart City Emergency Response System. This class is fundamental to how our system manages and navigates between different locations in the city during emergency. Each location route object represents a specific location in our city. It stores the location name and maintains a queue of all possible routes that start from this location. Think of it as a hub that knows all the roads leading out from that point. This method is how we build our city road network. When we need to connect two locations, we create a new graph node containing the destination and distance. Then, add it to our routes queue. For example, connecting Central HQ to Uptown with 4 km distance creates that route association. This method is crucial for emergency routing. It searches through all routes from this location to find the specific destination. If found, it returns the distance. If not, it returns a large number indicating no direct connection. This enables our pathfinding algorithm to work efficiently. Our location route doesn't work alone. It's integrated into large graph system. The graph class creates and manages multiple location objects, building a complete network of city location. When emergencies occur, the system queries these location routes to calculate optimal path for responders. In summary, the location route components serve as fundamental building block of our routing system. By efficiently managing location, connection, and distance, it enables our emergency response system to quickly navigate the city and save precious time during critical situations.
Hello, I'm explaining how queue and linked list work together in our emergency routing system. These two data structure form the backbone of our city's location management. The linked list serves as our city's master directory. It maintains a chain of all locations using nodes that point to each other. The head points to the first location and each node links to the next, creating a new complete list of all city locations. The queue manage routes using FIFO, first in first out principle. New routes are added to the tail and we can traverse from head to tail. This ensures routers are maintained in the order they were created while allowing efficient access. The queue converts its routes to an array of easy searching, while the linked list traverses through all locations to find specific ones. This combination allows efficient route lookup and location validation across our entire city network. Let me show how queue and linked list work together in the emergency routing system. Linked list is our city's master directory. It stores every location in a chain, make it easy to search and manage all places in the city. Queue manage routes for each location. Every location has its own queue that stores all outgoing connection to the other places. The linked list finds the location you're looking for. Once found, that location's queue tells you how to get to the other places and how far they are. And here's the real world flow. Emergency happens, linked list finds the location, and location's queue provides all routes option. System can calculate fastest path, and lastly, responders dispatch. Linked list organize the city, queues organize the routes. Together, they create an efficient navigation system for emergency response.
Today, I'm going to explain the summary report class that is designed to track emergency dispatch operations. First, we have the following integer variables that is used by the program. First, is the dispatch count. This is how many times responders were actually dispatched. Next integer variable, pending emergencies. The emergencies that haven't been resolved yet. Resolved emergencies, how many emergencies were successfully handled, total distance, the distance responders traveled, and total emergencies, this counts the total count of emergencies, and the total responders active counts the number of active responders. Next, we have the following functions that is included in the summary report class. First, we have a void method called add emergency. This function increments the variable total emergencies to be used and called to count the total emergencies. The following source code increments the total emergencies variable. Next, the add resolve void method. Next, it is handles what happens when an emergency is processed. This example usage in the main class, it is used in the traversal of the emergency binary search tree. And it will add the function and it will add it as resolved. Next, the summary report. This prints a tabular format printed in the console that generates a full system summary report. Then this is the example of the printing of the summary report. First, it will print the processing. Then next, it will print it in a table and it will output total emergencies and the resolved emergencies, pending emergencies, and the average response distance, then the total responders active, then average and system efficiency, and the end of report.